Welcome to Rock's Life. My name is Francis. It's a lovely morning out here, and so last time we played, we bait Quaylog, and you can figure out what that means on your own time. No, we beat Quaylog, and now we have to leave Blighttown. So, assuming you're following this guide, you may have tried to get out on your own. It's a bit tricky. The biggest mistake people make is trying to get out the way they came from, and that's a big mistake because it's kind of horrible place up there with horrible things. So what you're supposed to do, or what is highly recommended you do, equip all your poison resistant gear, you know, wanderer armor, spider shield, whatever, and then you're gonna run up here this way, and you're gonna take this cute little watermill thing and shield up, facing in the direction I'm facing. I would give you like a cardinal direction, but I don't really know. And then hop off over here. And now we want to move as quickly as possible because there's a bunch of those little toxic archer children, and they're gonna get you good. Also, there's mosquitoes. So I'm just gonna go for the ladder. And so that's basically just how we're getting out. It's just ladder to ladder, but dodging this little white pesky arrows. So they'll get you. They'll get got. See one over here. Oh, I see one right there. I probably could have went and killed him if I wanted to, but I'll be passive aggressive and just run past him angrily. Okay, and now at the top here, there's going to be a chest. Except for we're not at the top, so I don't know why I said that. It almost looked like we were at the top, okay? There's that squid thing we fought earlier. Some mosquito on the floor. I say we fought earlier. We didn't fight it earlier. We ran past it horrified because it was a squid thing on a wall. Hey, there's the chest. Alright. I gave it a good smack, but you don't need to. And inside is the key to New Londo runes. That's going to make getting out of here significantly easier. Either you have the key to New Londo runes and you take the elevator out, or you run through the Valley of the Drakes. Also backstab for style. I believe there are 3 of these guys in this tunnel, so watch out for them. The smarter thing to do then would have been to aggro one of them at a time, but I'm stupid, and therefore I did not. So I did have a bit of trouble here with these two. Like a lot of bit of trouble, jeez. Nope. Definitely not the most impressive fight we've had the entire video series. Wait till you see Sif the Great Grey Wolf and me fighting. Haha, that's a fun one. Luckily, assuming you are using the New Londo runes key to get out, these are the last enemies that you'll have to fight, so you don't have to worry too much about running out of Estus here. Like I did, because I suck. So now we can just continue on, do a roll, because it's absolutely necessary to do that roll, by the way. If you don't do it, you can't actually leave, so very important you do that roll. And the second one, too. Now heading out here will lead us to the Valley of the Drakes. I know, but I said we're not going through there. Don't worry, we're not. If you continue along that right path here, where I was just walking across, that will lead you over to the Drakes. If you go up here, however, there'll be an item and a gate that's locked, but we found that key in a chest, so now we can use the elevator. I know that was a staircase. Hold on, we're getting to the elevator. Patience, people. You're just gonna want to head up the stairs behind me. I got lost for a second because I'm very, very stupid, but there's a door. Oh, and an item. But I don't think it's a great item. Yeah. Could be useful later on. And the door. Okay. Oh, don't jump in there, by the way. I may or may not have died doing that. Let's just not talk about it. So I believe at the end of the last video I said let's go fight the Hydra, and I sort of jumped the gun on that. See, because the Hydra is in water, and water when you're walking in it slows you down. And if you've played any of this game, you will know trying to fight a boss while slowed down is a bit masochistic, especially when you could go back to the undead asylum and get the rusted iron ring, which will let you move freely on uneven surfaces, and water is the most uneven of all the surfaces. So we're going to go back to the undead asylum this part, get the ring, and then we will come back in next part. We'll see some Hydra action. So if you're really looking for the Hydra, just skip to part 7, honestly. I don't think a whole lot gets done this part. But now that we have rang both the bells of awakening, we can go
It's noisy. This is no laughing matter.
Talk to Kingseeker Frampt. And he is the only character in the game to whom you can sell items to. So here we go. He's kind of terrifying looking, so try not to look at his face for too long. I'm just gonna run up here and talk to him. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, it was me. Okay, walk away, come back, and now you can feed item to him. So bear with me here. Alright, well that was fun. See, all the people who want to fight the Hydra, and I said go to part 7, they missed that, so I mean, that was pretty exciting. These guys are doing a whole thing. If you talk to the blonde guy a couple times, you can join the White Covenant for some gamer score if you're into that. Yep. Alright, so the elevators are gone here because, oh yeah, that's right. To get up to the undead asylum, we need to use those elevators. And do some Darksouls parkour, which is some of the worst parkour in any video game ever. No offense to Dark Souls, but the jumping controls are kind of... They're not even bad, they're just... not great for trying to get across small ledges. Anyways, the elevators are up at the undead church, so we get to do a little run up there. However, I'm not speeding it up because there is a magic item we can sort of grab now. So, I'll just leave it in regular motion so I can show you some stuff. It'd be like one of those tour bus things. And everyone to our right, we will see Undeadburg. There's lots of skeletons. We'll run past them because they're very low levels. I'm gonna do a whole video like that, by the way. Just wait. And here's where that Hellkite dragon came down for 5 seconds, just to warn us that he exists. And there's a lot of skeletons. 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 And I'm gonna rest here. And I'm gonna level up because I kinda need to do that. My vitality is very low here, and if you notice, like when I level up, even just now, I'm not upgrading my vitality. Wait till part 7. No, part 8-ish, when that seriously comes back to bite me in the banana. So, little personal tip right now, you should really keep the 4 important stats for melee fighters. 4 important stats are dexterity, strength, vitality, endurance. You should keep them all about even. I mean, really about even is probably your best bet. No need to go overkill. Because, it pays off to go even. So, it's being checked out by firebombs. Realistically, I could run past all these enemies, but I was kind of just in a mood to kill something. No, actually, we need to kill all these people, I just remembered. So the magic item is down the stairs here, but it's guarded by a silver knight, so that's why I don't recommend coming down here early game. And clearing out the people behind you. Alright, so get ready for a little fight with the silver knight. Now, you can either choose to fight him, and they usually drop pretty good items, so it might be worth killing him. Or you can just sprint past him and grab the item. See, I haven't said what the item is yet, because it's a mystery. It's a surprise. Usually, the best strategy for this, guys, is just patiently wait for the stab attack, and then hit them. So stab attack is by far their worst. Alright, so he dropped a titanate chunk. That's pretty useful. So now we'll go over here and loot it. It's a blue tearstone ring. But Francis, what does the blue tearstone ring do? Well, the random viewer, I'm glad you asked, because the blue tearstone ring is very useful. Because whenever your health points are low, that's that red bar that mysteriously goes down really quickly for you, and it's very sad when it does. Every time that goes down, you get extra defense, so it won't go down as fast. That might sound kind of useless, but it's sort of a last stand thing. Like, instead of an attack that would normally kill you in one hit can sometimes instead reduce you to extremely low health. So it's a nice little last stand ring to keep around on you. Sure, we'll go with that. So now this door leads down to Havel the Rock. We're not going to go into there because he's kind of tough. We will be going there in a soon part. I also make a horrible mistake of going up here because I was trying to get to the undead church and I totally forgot that I don't need to be going across this bridge and doing all this rubbish, but I'm stupid, so shut up. So, across the bridge. This is completely unnecessary for you to do, by the way. Just head to the bonfire and go up the ladder. That will take you to the undead church. This won't. This will take you to a bridge with a very angry dragon and the will to kill. Like, the dragon is angry and has the will to kill. I just want to point that out. Oh, look at where I popped up. Oops. Dragon Estes. Shield up and sprint for it, buddy. That was not the most intelligent thing I've done all week. Except for that, time I took my pants off. That was pretty exciting, but probably not very intelligent. Alright, so now we can head across the bridge here, heading to the undead church. Backtracking is so much fun for everyone. Except for the viewers, and the players, and the game. Killed that one. Watch out, because these rats can still poison you. I've seen people who are way higher levels than you would expect to get poisoned by these idiots. And some humanity, because rats drop humanity really often, which is bizarre in many ways. Sorry about that. Just adjusting my commenting chair. Stabby stab. And this is where we fought the boar. I almost said bull. The bull boar. The bulliest of all the boars. And I'm just gonna run past some people here like a pro. And there's some Baldor Knights in the church. So I will just fight all of them at once. Because I'm just that hardcore. Yo. Wait till we get to the upgraded Valdar Knights. Alright, just when you thought it couldn't get any better. They got HP upgrades. Whoa! There's that guy in the corner. Watch out for him. He can backstab you. And there's this guy. He's not in the corner, though. I jump back into my halberd swing. Alright, that was really painful. Can we all agree not to do that again? I thank you. So, this elevator is going to take us down, not to the bottom of the sea. Now face the wall away from the undead church. I'm facing the wrong wall, like, right now. I'd like to point that out. There you go. Over on the open wall and just hop off. Alright. This is where the Darksouls parkour gets really hardcore really fast. So when you're up here, you're going to want to sprint, jump, and roll onto that platform. That is a difficult thing to do, I'm not going to lie. It took me about 5 tries. Then when you're up there, you're going to come up these stairs. Now you're going to want to jump, sprint, roll onto this roof. Now I missed, but I found that if you're on this little ledge, you can still sort of pop up. But just be careful not to go over. That key we need to go back into the asylum with. Alright. So now I'm going to do a sprint jump over here. So we lost undead. And sprint jump back over onto this little ledge. So, alright. Now there's a treasure chest. You'll take way less fall damage if you land on the chest, like I just did. Even though I just grazed it, that's good. That's a good thing. So there's a bunch of online play items. Cracked red eye orbs. I believe some weapons. Yeah, Morning Star. That's a weapon. Homeward bones. Those are useful. And Lloyd's Talisman, which I believe are also online play items, or at least that's the only place I've seen them ever used. So now we're in an interesting place to die. We're in the cemetery, so you're just gonna wanna, if you want to come through here, you can. I don't personally recommend it because I believe I die, which is kind of depressing. But I really hope I don't. But it's very possible I do. Grab this sword. That's a pretty good sword, so it's worth picking up on your way out if you've got time. A wing spear. Or maybe I don't die. That'd be nice if I didn't, because, alright, sweet. And there's another item over there in that corner, but I was kind of being chased by 50 skeletons, and I believe it's just the soul of a lost undead. Alright, now that we've cleaned up all of that junk, it was kind of took a while. We got the key on that one rooftop. We're gonna head back up the elevator now. And now that we've used the elevator once, it will stay there. Also, I went the wrong way, so that's impressive. Okay, up here, around, and now the elevators work as kind of a weight thingy. If there's weight on one, the other one does something, probably. So always be one down at a time, I guess is what I'm saying here. Like, right, because we're just going to jump off it again. And if you were having trouble making that jump the first time, I got news for you. You get to do it twice. So we're going to take, I believe his name is Snuggly the Crow. But I could be making that up. He's going to take us over there. Whew. That was beautiful. Okay, up these stairs. Yeah, I believe that crow over there is Snuggly. It's kind of big. Up these stairs around here. And I'm just going to call him Snuggly anyway. Here's Snuggly's nest. And it will give you the weirdest indicator in any video game ever. And that is to curl up like a ball. That is the only game I've ever seen that as a thing I can do. And it will take a minute. Don't be concerned that yours isn't working, because I find that the speed of it actually varies, because sometimes it's instantaneous, other times, like here, I have to wait a minute or two. So I don't know what triggers it, besides you curling up like a ball. Otherwise, Snuggly will come over and give you a free ride to the asylum. Because if you remember how we got here, you know, Snuggly came and picked us up, so he's going to bring us back. Now, there are 2 important items we need in the asylum, and if you don't get both of them, you'll have to come back here later. Number one, the strange doll, and two, the rusted iron ring that we talked about earlier. So let's get both of these and ignore me recovering my souls, because these torch-wielding hollows totally did not kill me. That would be so... Could you imagine if torch-wielding hollows got me? Pfft. You would have to really suck. No, but in all seriousness, watch out for the torch-wielding guys. They have a fury attack where they hit you like 9 times. It's insane. Alright, when you come into the undead asylum area here, don't step on the floor. In the middle floor. That big middle rectangle, if you step on there, that will take you down to the savage demon. And he's like the asylum demon, but picture him with like 4 times more health and magic AoE burst attacks that he will pull out at every single chance he has. It's terrible. It's really horrible. I don't recommend going down there. Definitely not yet, until you're way leveled up. Now this guy is kind of annoying, because he's a silver knight, and you're not supposed to be fighting them till a lot later in the game. So this can be kind of a thing that you have to go through. Now I have sped mine up for viewing pleasure, so just sort of, if you're having trouble, just sort of watch my patterns and strategies. Usually what I do is wait for the stab attack. That's pretty much the best time to go. But yeah, now this fight's kind of long, so I'm just like, I'll hit the speed up button. Plus, I just like the speed up button, honestly. It's sort of cool. It's got a little thingy on it that says times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5, times a million. Actually, it does have times a million speed, because of a million frames per second. Or no, would it be a million times the frames per second you already have? That would be like 24... No, it'd be like 60 million frames per second. Alright, well, I'm glad we had that little science lesson. For killing him, you get a red titanate chunk, which is a useful item for something, probably. You're welcome. Gotta drink my water. This water is good for you. Usually. Now, if you remember this guy in the beginning of the game, who's all like, take my Estus and to do what I do. He's been unhollowed, unfortunately, so we will have to murder our friend. Except for I never really knew the guy, so I don't feel too bad. I believe he's pretty weak to backstabs when he's not two-handing, obviously. Now, like right now, you could probably get a pretty good backstab on. I don't know if I do. I don't believe I do, because I'm kind of screwing around with a halberd right now. And you can backstab with a halberd, absolutely. It's just more difficult than with a quick weapon. And I think I can just finish him. Alright. He's down. He drops a shield that... Yeah, Crush Shield is good because I believe it's resistant to magic. Oh, forgot about the ball. Ooh, that was kind of lame because it did ball damage and fall damage. Ball and fall. Fall ball. There's these hollowed up here who have not leveled up any since we last met, so this is kind of depressing. Just gonna kind of run through all these guys. And this is, the tutorial notes are still here, so that's very useful. The only thing new here is the Savage Demon on the floor and the Silver Knights. I believe the Rusted Iron Ring is still here. The first time, but we can't actually get it because we don't have that key from on top of the rooftop in the Firelink Shrine. So, we're learning so much. I got smacked there, and I'm not entirely sure why. It almost looked like I blocked that. Also, I'm not sure where I pull out my longsword here. I think I was screwing around with some backstabs. Yeah. Makes me feel like a man. Either way, longsword, not anywhere near as good as halberd. Oh, that's right, this is the sword we found in the graveyard. Now, it's pretty heavy, so even with 2 hands, your character's animations are really slow. I believe you need 20 strength and 18 dexterity to wield it, but I'm making those numbers up. So, around there. Alright, now we found the Rusted Iron Ring. So, yay! I'm gonna replace that with the blue tearstone ring because I don't plan on dying anytime soon. That's usually when I die, when I'm not prepared, by the way. So now that we have that, we can go get the we can go get the strange doll. I can't pronunciate the word peculiar. No, I don't know. English is hard. I don't get it. That's a fun noise. Okay, I leveled up once just because I had enough souls and nothing better to do with my time. Besides buy, like, arrows. But maybe we'll be seeing that in the next part. Who knows? I don't know. And there's this guy. And that guy. Oh yeah, also we're heading back to the very beginning, where we woke up in a strange cell and that dude threw a body with a key on it. You could probably actually jump this. I took the ladder like a wuss, but you're really manly. You could probably just jump off that. So I'm gonna head up here. Now there's one more Silver Knight, so prepare for another sped up battle of greatness. And the strange doll is right behind him in that room. So you can actually just run past him again and just grab it if you really don't want to fight him. I wouldn't say I don't blame you for not wanting to fight him, however he does usually drop some good titanite, so I mean, it's kind of a throw up as to whether you should really fight him or not. To our left through the gate you can actually see the savage demon, and he does look like the asylum demon, but don't be fooled. So if you take a peek, it's kind of hard. Also, I almost died here, but I didn't. What I actually did was lure him into that little stone thingy, and then up here he wasn't able to get me for a second, so I just healed up. He was below me. Alright, now come on, he's almost dead. There we go. And some red titanate, again, kind of rare stuff, so I mean, do what you will with it. And over here's the strange doll. Now this doll we're picking up is actually not peculiar doll. Sure. It is not a random thingy that I think looks looks neat. It's a key to go into the painting of Ariamus. I'm just making up names now. It's a key to go into a world with a painting where you meet some lady called Priscilla and stuff, and she has a really fuzzy tail, so I believe most professional hardcore players do recommend petting her tail, because it's very fuzzy. Yeah, just highly advised. Just throw that out there. Alright, now here's these burning torch people. I was gonna say people. And a stab. And a stab. And a stab, and a stab, and a stab. Alright, so now, Snuggly will take us right back to the Firelink Shrine, and then in part 7, if you watched all of this, because you needed that rusted iron ring, so you had to go through all that other crap in the video to get it, to the part where I show you where it is, and now we can just go to part 7 and see a Hydra, and that's pretty cool. Also, this video is still like, what, 4 minutes long, so something must happen. Probably. Oh, actually, I'm gonna run over to the Undead Parish, because that's kind of where we need to be. So, prepare for a little bit of running. Alright, we are back in the Firelink Shrine, not to be confused with the Icelink Shrine, just across the street. And now there's no one way to get down from here, but mine is the best, so shut up. I'm gonna drop right down here, so I can grab this item. I know. Also, I think I make a huge mistake here. Yeah, I do. Look at where I just fell. Can we all take a moment to appreciate how I just fell off that? There were like 9 different ways to fall off that with no fall damage. And I chose the riskiest possible. If I had been a foot to the right, I would have for sure fell to my death down that hole. Which is completely absurd. I'm just the stupidest. Alright, now luckily we don't have to run all the way back because we turned on the elevators. So, whisk me away! Also, with the zoom in here, you can stare at your character. So, get some epic poses, maybe do some gestures. Come on, friends. Alright, now that we've played around with the gestures and the zoom in elevator scene, we can sprint over to the undead parish. Oh, people. Excuse me, this is a yawn. Oh, some people tried to follow me, but I don't believe they can come in here, so you shall not pass. The sting of my halberd. Now, Sigmire of Cantarina is already gone, so we don't have to worry about him. I mean, I'm always worried about Sigmire, because he's kind of insane. But, you know, I'm worried about him in the best way. He's an NPC, if you didn't catch that already. You should probably know him. Alright, we had a large ember from something at some point, probably. So, I can now send my halberd to Ra. And now, for your weapon, you can, right now, for the embers we have, you can do, I think, Pure Ascension, Raw Ascension, and Divine Ascension. You need the right Titanate to do each of those, so that's a thing. But yeah, I do recommend you send your weapon if you can, because special thingies, Divine does magic damage, Raw does extra physical, Pure Ascension just keeps upgrading it regularly. It's all good stuff. The thing about Divine Ascension too is that you can get a large Divine Ascension or something like that. So once you get to +5 for Divine, you can ascend it a second time or something. I'm not quite sure how that works, but I'm pretty sure my Gargoyle Halberd ended up as like an extra Divine Halberd. It's a different playthrough. Alright, well that's all for today, so tune in next time for the Hydra.